Okay, children, so here we are with the third phase of our AI project cycle learning. And to the last class, we did about system maps, last thing. And now we start with the next phase, which is my modeling. So we have done data, your problem scoping, we have done data acquisition, we have done data exploration, and now we are on data modeling. Okay. So data modeling is now that I am actually going to develop my algorithms, my model to train my AI systems and see that which model works the best later. Okay. Now, when you want to go for data modeling, when you want to develop the models, there are two approaches which needs to be taken into consideration. Please listen to this carefully. The details of this in you can say, what do you say, in depth will be done in class 10th. But understanding these two approaches is very, very important. Okay. Now here we are talking about that I want to develop my model. Which all approaches do I have? Now you can see a small diagram here which say that my AI models can be of two types. One is learning based, one is rule based. Okay. And in case of learning based, if I'm going for learning based, then I've got two options, which is machine learning and deep learning. Okay, so remember this classification as of now. We go further in depth of it in class 10th. Now, AI models talk about two approaches here. So learning based and rule based. So let's understand what do they mean by this. When you say a rule based approach, by the name of it, if you don't even know what we're talking about, a rule based approach will mean what to you? Yes, Suavi, can I have? When I say something is rule based, what will you say? Ritvik?
Like it only follows the rules and works according to the rules strictly.
Correct. Very true. That means I have to give to the machine the rules, and based on those rules, he will work. So he will not do anything extra. If I've told him that you need to follow either this or this, you have to work on these two aspects only, he will work on these two aspects only. Okay. So here we are feeding the rules and the data. We are giving him, yeah, all this is all your data. This is all the rules which you have to apply in order to do your work. So he will do that much only. He will utilize that data and utilize the rules you have given, and then accordingly deliver you the desired output. Right? And the best example to understand that is your teachable machine. We had done teachable machine also. Remember, we had done it, wherein we had actually shown him various figures of apples and I think mobile phones. We tried for the vision wala thing.
Yes, ma'am.
Right? Do you remember? Correct. So we gave him all the situations, all the things, all the pictures, multiple pictures we gave him. And then we gave him a apple or an orange or something, and then we tried to find out whether he is able to tell me that yes, this is an apple or this is an orange or this is a mobile or not. Okay, so every data and every rule, that everything is given to him. If this is this, this is it, this is it, this is it. The whole algorithm is already fed in that you have to follow this algorithm. Okay. And if you are going to follow this, this is the result I'm going to get. We'll follow that rule and then accordingly give you the result. So teachable machine is the best example for your rule-based approach. But always following the rules, will it help me? I mean, if I'm talking about an AI machine, then he should work in situations where the things are not defined also. That is how you are trying to create an artificially intelligent machine. Na? So always a human is not placed at situations where he already knows what has to be done. He has all the data and the concerned setups in his mind. We are always, put up at different times of life in situations where I don't know what to do. I've never done it. Like I'll give you an example. Recently, I had lost the SIM card of my mobile and I was clueless as to what to do it. And it was not stolen. It was lost technically. because I had given the phone to change the battery to the person, and while he had opened the phone and he was, taking out the things, the SD card and the SIM card from the mobile phone in order to change the battery also. So what happened was it just fell down and it fell into a kind of a gadda or something and it got lost. I was completely clueless as to what to do about it. है ना? I never had happened with me. So my system, my brain actually did not have a situation like this fed onto into my system. Then okay, if you are doing this happens to you, you go here, you do this, you get this document, you get this thing done, and your problem will be solved. So I was not doing. I asked a few people. There was somebody already there in the shop, and he suggested aisa karo, so it will be done. You go to Sector 5 ka, the VI store and do that. When I went there, there was a different scenario. I did not do my KYC, so that lady was after my life. I don't know who you are. You have to take another number to get my data updated, and then only I can give you the SIM. The completely new scenario. So if that be so, then my machine will not do anything. Now he'll say, sorry, I don't know what to do. I don't identify you. So rule-based approach is applicable definitely, but it does not satisfy all situations. It cannot handle all situations. So a rule-based approach से develop किया हुआ model will not be able to take care of everything. That means he is not working like the way I want him to work. I want him to work as an independent person, handling everything. So he will not be able to do it. Okay. So that's the problem with the rule-based approach. Now we come to the second one, learning-based approach. Learning-based approach says that he definitely is fed with some data and what output I need in various situations and all. Something is given to him, but he is able to update his knowledge every time with the past experience. He is himself. So he is, improving. Like now, my brain knows what has to be done if a SIM is lost. Or my brain knows that whenever there's a message coming from, these banks or something for KYC update, I should go and update it. Now my system knows. Because otherwise, someday you land up into a problem and then you are literally lost. Now I had to buy a new number from them, and I'll have to pay postpaid bills for that for 4 months at least. Then only I can give away that number, because I'm in no need of a second number. I just have one number and I'm okay with it. I don't need a second number. Okay, so I now know all these problems and issues and solutions and how to do it and everything, because I've learned, right? But a rule-based approach से बना हुआ AI model will not be able to update itself the way my system has got updated automatically with whatever was my experience that day. I learned a lot of things that day. Fine. But if it would have been a learning-based approach applied to my model, then in that case, my model would have learned the experience and he would be ready to face that situation next time, the way it has happened to me as a human being. So obviously, this kind of an approach is definitely better. It is going to be complex. It is going to be difficult to create, but definitely better in all sense. Don't you agree with me? Do you agree with me or not?
Ma'am. Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
let me see the thumbs up of everyone who all agree with me. Let me see who all are awake and who all are not there at all. Okay. Okay. Out of 26 people, I just have the thumbs up for 11 people. That is a bad score. All others are sleeping? No. Okay. Some more are coming up. Fine. So I'm hoping. Good. Thank you. So I'm hoping that this learning approach concept, where it says that he is able to design his own algorithms or rules based on experience. Every day is a learning thing, the way it should be for my human. Every day the child learns new mischief with time. We also learn a lot of new things with time every day. Right? Are the two approaches clear? Okay, fine. Now, of course, we will do in detail what all things, which all ways are applied to these learning approaches in order to create my systems. But before that, let's move on to machine learning, deep learning, AI, neural network. How are all these placed? So this is the last thing which we have to understand here before we proceed for the, you can say, the next thing. Okay. So now we have to understand that how does ML and AI differ? How does deep learning and AI differ? Or how does deep learning and machine learning differ? Accordingly, earlier, when I was not into this subject, maybe I thought everything is same. Or why do they have so many names for the same thing? AI means intelligent machines. That's it. Okay. But no, there are differences which we have to understand. Okay. Now here we see it that you can see that AI is like a major umbrella. You know, AI encompasses all the other three. So everything is under AI, whether it's machine learning, whether it's deep learning, whether it's neural networks. Everything comes under the main, you can say, umbrella, that is AI. Okay. Now, when you talk about machine learning tells me that he is doing a basic understanding of what I said in the learning approach. That is my machine learning, that with some data you start, and then with experience he learns with time and he develops his own algorithms. Okay. I go further down into more complex situations, more data and everything. That's my deep learning. Huge set of data. In this case, you have to provide 10 years, 20 years, 50 years ka data you have to provide. So that he can generate his own patterns. He can generate his own predictions for the next 5 years, for the next 10 years, based on the data what you provided. Okay. And when it comes to neural networks, again, neural network is a complete separate topic which we do in detail. But neural networks talks about your brain. So here we are at the core concept of AI, that is, I'm trying to imitate the brain now. Completely. That he is able to take care of every other thing what my brain does, the way my brain behaves. Similarly, my machine starts behaving for everything. So when I talk about that, that is basically my neural network. So the overall umbrella is my AI. Within that, I have ML, DL, and NN. Okay. Machine learning, deep learning, and neural networks. When it talks about neural networks, it is just a, we say, a layered approach to get the result and the way our brain works with my neurons. Similarly, we try to develop a system. Okay. Now, just to have little more details about it, we go on to these definitions that we just now discussed. Okay. So here we say that my AI basically refers to any technique that enables computers to mimic the human intelligence. Could be, that could be my Alexa, that could be my Siri, that could be YouTube recommendations, anything. Everything is under the overall heading of AI. Everything is AI for that matter. My phones, you know, face lock and Snapchat, different domains they are talking about. My vision, whether it's computer vision or data science or NLP, my Google search, everything is AI overall, definitely. But when I talk about machine learning and deep learning, we say that my machine is able to improve a task with experience, learns new data from testing, and uses it in the next iteration. The basic thing what I explained regarding the learning approach. It takes into account, okay, this went wrong, so next time I should not do this. Exceptions, by chance it worked out, every time it will not work out. Everything it is able to handle it himself.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes, beta.
Ma'am, actually I got disconnected. So can you just explain me once again?
Yeah. What part did you miss?
Ma'am, the last part.
Last slide.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I'm just coming up with that. Listen to this only. The last
Okay,
part,
ma'am.
I was just talking about that diagrammatic representation of the relationship basically in between AI, machine learning, deep learning, and neural networks. Okay, this is how I diagrammatically represent. So it's easy to keep in my mind that overall is my AI. Within that, I have my machine learning, then goes inside core deep learning, and even inside core it is neural networks. And the
Okay, ma'am.
complexity is increasing. So if I say that this overall, the complexity is increasing.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, that is what we were
Yes,
talking
ma'am.
about. Now coming down to like a definition kind of a thing properly, because that also we need to understand these points can be asked in the question, and they say, okay, identify what kind of a learning mechanism is it talking about. So there we have to check out that what do I mean, what are we meaning in that case. Okay. Now deep learning talks about uh, training itself. Of course, he is training itself, but the amount of data provided is vast. So here this vast amount of data comes into play. Since the system has got huge sets of data, it is able to train itself with the help of multiple machine learning algorithms. So बहुत सारे machine learning algorithms को he is able to pick up and then coming out with an output. Okay, so obviously things are becoming more complex. The more you move on to neural networks also, it's becoming even more complex. Right? So that is how your machine learning and deep learning are working together. So deep learning में पहुंच गए means almost neural पे पहुंच गए. Can you see this diagram? Okay, almost neural पे पहुंच गए. But still, neural is just a replica, you can say, of my brain, my neurons working together. That is the basic understanding of it. Okay, so this part is important, and yes, of course, further on in class 10th, we will do in detail about data modeling again, various approaches there we follow. Types of learning is also there. In learning also, when I say machine is learning, how is he learning? There are various mechanisms of learning too. We talk about a supervised learning, unsupervised learning, your various other things are there. Feedback based learning and the representation of those kind of things. A lot of things are there. You have to see the data and analyze, okay, which kind of representation do I give it? Okay, so all these in detail, we do it in class 10th. As of now, this much is enough. Now, once the model is ready, once I have been able to create my model with my, whether I want to go for the rule based or learning based or whichever approach I want, either of the two, and then I create it, then I have to do the testing. That is very important. Okay. The phase is not called testing, but it is called evaluation, the last phase. Okay. So in the evaluation phase, we try to check that how well is my system equipped to handle situations. Like if I give to my machine the kind of situation which I faced of losing my SIM and all that, is he able to handle it? Is he able to give me the correct solution? I'll provide him with the data, whatever I have, I will provide him with the pictures also. I'll provide him with the language description of my problem also. Is he able to give me the solution? Correct way. Okay. Now here, a lot of data also will be involved in that. I have to give him maybe everything about the VI company rules and all. Because my question was that to the person concerned there, that I am paying bill for the past 5 years. I'm a postpaid card holder of your company. I'm paying the bill. If you do not identify me as a person, as a customer, and you're asking for, another number for validated documents, then how are you accepting my bill? Obviously, no. But they said, ma'am, these are our rules. As simple as that. So these rules have to be fed into the machine for if at that time there's an AI system sitting there instead of a human being, he has to give me all the situations, the answers, na? That this is the problem. And then he has to check out his documents, check my documents and see whether documents are there or not. And then accordingly respond back and then answer to my queries and then, stick to the point that no, the rules are the rules. So he should know the rules, he should have the documents, checking the process, of course, the algorithm, of course, everything. Okay, so that is how the testing has to be done. I will make a AI system and make him sit in front of as what do you say, the front desk operator instead of the person there, and then see whether it works or not, whether it's going to give me the correct solution to the problem or not. Okay. And maybe I apply different approaches to create different models and then ultimately check which is my best one, which is giving me the most accurate solution to the problem. That's the evaluation phase, the last phase of SDLC. Sorry, AI project cycle. Okay. Are the last two steps clear? Mainly we've discussed the data modeling, types of approaches followed for that, and the evaluation. Is that concept clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
That's good. That's very, very good. Okay.